Good morning, Econ students. Hope everybody had a good Wednesday as we wind down the week with e-learning. Today we'll be talking about FRQ number 10, review FRQ number 10, so you should get that out right now if you want to go over it with me. I know I sent answers to people yesterday who had questions. But for anybody watching, hopefully this helps you review. And again, let me know if there are any other concepts you feel like you should be going over, like FRQ 11 today, which is going to be absolute advantage, comparative advantage. That'll be a good one to talk about. But first, the actual unemployment rate in the country of Southland is greater than the natural rate of unemployment. So if we have the actual rate that's greater than the natural rate is full employment. If the actual rate is greater, kind of like right now, if our natural rate is 5% and our actual rate is 14.7%, actual is greater than natural, that's not a good thing. Okay, it means we're not doing well. That's kind of a recessionary gap, cyclical unemployment running rampant. So, part A, on the ADAS graph, would the current equilibrium point be above, below, or at full employment? Well, at full employment would be the natural rate. Above, our equilibrium would be somewhere over here. So what we're looking at here, recessionary gap. Okay, we are below full employment. So whenever we're talking about a recession or actual greater than natural, we are below full employment. The president of Southland is receiving advice from two economic advisors, the Madelines from class, Maddie Coco, Maddie Knight, about how to best reduce unemployment in Southland. Coco advised the president to decrease personal income taxes. How would such a decrease in taxes affect aggregate demand? And the one thing that was emphasized in one of the review videos was that taxes don't directly impact aggregate demand. What they do is if you lower taxes, people have more disposable income. When people have more disposable income, C goes up, consumption spending goes up, and when consumption spending goes up, aggregate demand goes up. So aggregate demand would increase. Imagining a short-run Phillips curve explained the effect of the decrease in taxes on the inflation rate and the unemployment rate. So what happens if we lower taxes, increase consumption, increase aggregate demand? How would that affect the short-run Phillips curve? We'll draw that really quick. Another FRQ with the Phillips curve involved, showing that inverse relationship between unemployment and inflation. Let's say we were at, we had high levels of unemployment and low levels of inflation. So we'll say we were like 8% unemployment and 2% inflation. Well, at point A, well, if aggregate demand increases, unemployment goes down. We're producing more stuff, buying more stuff, unemployment would decrease. However, in doing so, we are going to increase the price level a little bit. So if aggregate demand shifts to the right, price level goes up. So we end up moving to a point like, we'll say, B, right here. And we'll say we're at 2% unemployment and 6% inflation. So yeah, even though you're not drawing it out at home, good to draw for a reference. If we increase aggregate demand, we move toward inflation on a short-run Phillips curve. Aggregate demand movement on the curve. And this leads to our next one, part C. Maddie Knight advises the president to take no policy action. What will happen to short-run aggregate supply in the long run? So this is the self-correction philosophy. Remember, the self-correction philosophy, the government should do nothing. Laissez-faire. Let the economy fix itself. It always will in the long run. And it's controversial because how long is the long run? If we let the economy fix itself right now, how long would it take to get back to full employment, which is where we were at really just 4 months ago? It didn't take long to break it. How long will it take to fix it? But if we just let it ride, remember, high unemployment drives down wages. If you have a lot more workers, and not a lot of jobs, well, you can kind of, if you're a business, you can pay whoever or take whoever's going to pay the least. Workers aren't worried about wages. They just want to get paid so they can feed their family. So wages fall. Input prices fall because the economy's slowed down. So things like oil, because we're not using a lot of it, or electricity or coal, natural resources, those prices fall. All of that, if input prices fall, short run aggregate supply increases. Okay, cheaper to make, we will make more. Cheaper to make, we will make more. And a cardinal rule going into the AP test a week from today. So short run aggregate supply shifts to the right. It increases. Imagining a short run Phillips curve, well, what would happen if short run aggregate supply shifts to the right? So here's our Phillips curve again. And going to your ADAS model, remember, if short run aggregate supply increases, that's good for the Phillips curve. It's bad if short run aggregate supply decreases, we end up out here in the stagflation zone because you have higher unemployment and higher inflation at the same time. In this case, call this PC2. Due to the increase in aggregate supply, we will have lower levels of unemployment and lower levels of inflation. Kind of like if we, called that A right there and say that was 5% and 5%. So that was our original unemployment and inflation. Now we're at a point like B. Which is, we'll say, 2% and 2%. 2% expected inflation rate, 2% unemployment rate. So things are looking a lot better. So when short run aggregate supply increases, the Phillips curve moves to the left. Good thing to know. Okay, so today you're looking at a problem involving comparative advantage and absolute advantage. Good luck with that. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you again tomorrow.